slide out of your mother onto the ground, somewhere in the Sahara Desert. One other sibling lies beside you in the underground den. Your mother licks you clean while you squirm on the ground, then she moves away and settles near the den wall. Everything around you is dark because your eyes haven't opened yet, so you crawl across the floor using your sense of touch to find food. You locate what you need and begin nursing while your sibling pushes against your side. Days pass in darkness as you nurse and sleep in the corner of the den. Your mother leaves sometimes, but she always comes back. Then, 2 weeks after you were born, your eyes finally open and you can see the walls around you for the first time. The den is small and empty except for you, your sibling, and your mother resting near the entrance. Your father appears at the opening carrying a dead mouse in his jaws and drops it in the dirt near your mother. She tears into it immediately while you and your sibling watch from across the den. He leaves again without making a sound. Skip forward 3 more weeks and you're strong enough to walk without falling. The den entrance glows with fading sunlight and you want to see what's outside, so you move toward it slowly. Your mother shifts her body to block the opening, but your sibling slips past her legs and steps out onto the sand. A large bird drops from the sky with its talons reaching forward and grabs your sibling before they can react. Your sibling screams once as the bird lifts off, then the sound disappears into the distance. Your mother pushes you back deeper into the den with her nose and stands at the entrance for hours. Your father returns later and they both make low sounds to each other near the opening. The next evening, your mother nudges you toward the entrance and doesn't stop you this time. You step outside onto the cooling sand for the first time, completely alone. The sky took your sibling without warning, and now you'll have to face it by yourself. You're 6 weeks old now. Your legs are strong enough to walk without stumbling, so you follow your mother toward the den entrance as the sun begins to set. She steps outside first, and you move behind her onto the sand. The open space above you stretches farther than anything you've seen before, making you freeze in place for a moment. Your father walks past carrying a large beetle in his jaws and drops it near your front paws. You need to learn what food is, so you lower your head and sniff it, then bite down hard. The shell cracks between your teeth, and you swallow the pieces quickly. Your mother is already several steps away digging near a dried bush, so you run to catch up with her. Then something slams into your side and you tumble across the sand with your legs kicking in the air. Your mother spins around but doesn't move closer. You twist your body and see another young fox standing over you, about your size. It's a kit from a neighboring den, and it wants to play, so it jumps on you again before you can stand. You bite at its ear while it pushes your face with its front paws. Your mother barks once, sharp and loud, making both of you stop immediately. She walks toward a small hole in the ground and starts digging fast with sand flying behind her. A lizard shoots out from underneath and runs straight across the open sand. You want to catch it, so you chase after it with your legs moving as fast as they can. But the lizard is much faster and disappears under a large rock before you get close. The other kit catches a beetle instead, and eats it in 3 quick bites while you watch from several steps away. You've learned that food doesn't just appear, you have to catch it yourself. And right now, you're too slow to catch anything that moves. Skip forward and you're 3 months old now. The sun has set completely, and you're outside the den by yourself searching for food. Your stomach is empty and you need to eat, so you press your large ears flat against the ground and listen carefully. Something is moving underneath the sand just ahead of you. You tilt your head from side to side, trying to pinpoint exactly where the sound is coming from. Then you start digging fast with both front paws. Sand flies behind you as you dig deeper until a fat beetle larva wriggles free from the dirt. You bite it quickly before it can burrow back down and swallow it whole. That's your first catch on your own. But you're still hungry, so you keep searching. You hear another sound beneath the sand, something larger this time moving through the dirt. You start digging again with your claws tearing through the sand until you uncover a small rodent trying to escape. It runs sideways, but you jump forward and pin it down with your front paw, then bite hard into its neck. It stops moving after a few seconds. You pick it up in your jaws and carry it back toward the den entrance, proud of what you've done. Then a shadow passes overhead, and you look up to see a huge bird circling above you. It's hunting, and you're out in the open with nowhere to hide, so you drop the rodent and run as fast as you can toward the den. You throw yourself through the entrance just as the bird dives down with its talons reaching forward. Its claws scrape across the sand where you were standing a moment ago. Then it lifts back up into the sky. You stay inside the den for hours, watching the entrance and waiting for the bird to leave. You caught your first real meal tonight, but the sky won't stop hunting you. And next time, you might not make it back to the den in time. You're 9 months old now. Your mother has given birth to a new litter, and the den is crowded with 4 tiny pups that can't see yet. Your father brings food back every night, but he doesn't share it with you anymore, so you stay near the entrance and watch him drop mice and lizards for your mother instead. Then one evening he turns toward you and growls low in his throat, showing his teeth. You understand what that means, so you back away from the den and walk out onto the sand. You need to find your own territory now, so you travel across the dunes for hours with the moon lighting your path. You pass several dens, but other Fennec foxes have already marked the rocks around them with urine, telling you to keep moving. Then you find an abandoned burrow near a cluster of large stones, and you need to check if it's safe, so you move closer and sniff the entrance carefully. The tunnel is narrow, but empty, with no scent of any other animal, so you squeeze inside and explore the space. It's not deep enough yet, so over the next several nights you dig with your front paws to widen the tunnel and create a second exit on the other side of the rocks. When the den is finally ready, you mark every rock around it with urine to claim the space as yours. You hunt nearby over the following days, catching beetles, a small lizard, and 2 mice that were hiding under dried bushes. Then one night while you're digging for food, you hear other Fennec foxes calling to each other somewhere in the distance. Their voices echo across the sand, but you don't respond because this territory belongs to you now. You've built your own den and claimed your first hunting grounds. Around 2 months later, you're 11 months old now. You're hunting near a dried bush when the wind suddenly picks up, blowing sand across the dunes in thick clouds. You need to get back to your den before it gets worse, so you turn around and start running. But the sand is already so thick you can barely see where you're going, making you slow down and squint hard. The wind grows stronger and pushes against your body, so you're forced to lower your head and keep moving forward. Then you stumble over a rock and fall sideways onto the ground. Sand immediately covers your legs and back, so you push yourself up quickly and shake it off. But you've lost your sense of direction, and you don't know which way your den is anymore. You need shelter fast, so you search for anything that can block the wind. You spot a large boulder ahead and run toward it, then press your body flat against its side. The storm gets even stronger, and sand piles up against your back while you stay completely still. Something moves through the dust beside you and stops at the same rock. It's a desert hare that needs shelter just like you do, so it presses against the boulder about a body length away. Neither of you moves toward the other because you're both trying to survive. Hours pass and the wind finally starts to weaken, making the air clear enough to see again. The hare bolts away immediately without looking back. You shake the sand from your fur and climb to the top of a nearby dune to look around. You scan the area until you spot your familiar rocks in the distance, then make your way back. Your burrow entrance is half buried in sand, so you dig with your front paws until you can squeeze inside. The desert can bury you without warning, and next time there might not be a rock nearby to save you. You're 1 year old now. One evening, you come out of your den and find fresh urine marks on the rocks near your burrow that weren't there before. Another Fennec fox is trying to claim your territory, so you need to find him and drive him away. You follow the scent across the sand until you spot a young male digging near a patch of dried grass. He's about your size and he's eating something he just caught. You want him gone, so you walk toward him with your ears pointed forward. He stops chewing and turns to face you, then lowers his head and shows his teeth. You bare your teeth back and take another step closer. He moves toward you first, so you rush forward and slam your shoulder into his. You both tumble sideways across the sand with your jaws snapping at each other. He bites hard into your ear, making you yelp. Then you twist your body free and bite down on his front leg. He pulls back, trying to get away, so you lunge at him again and drive your head into his side. He falls and scrambles back to his feet, then turns and runs across the dunes without looking back. You chase him for several meters to make sure he keeps running, then stop and watch him disappear over the sand. You walk back to your rocks and mark every surface you can reach with urine, covering his scent with yours. Your ear is torn and blood drips onto the sand, but the territory is still yours. Fast forward and you're 2 years old now. One evening you catch a scent on the wind that you've never encountered before, so you need to find out what it is. You follow it across the dunes for hours with your nose close to the ground until you find a female digging near a termite mound. She's smaller than you with darker fur around her neck. She stops digging and watches you move closer, with her ears turning toward you. You walk right up to her and touch your nose to hers for a moment, then pull back. She walks away across the sand and you follow behind her, keeping several steps back. Over the next few days you hunt together, and when you catch a mouse, you drop it near her so she can eat first. She accepts the food and tears into it while you wait nearby. Then one evening she leads you to a large burrow she's been digging into the side of a dune. You follow her inside and move through the tunnel until you reach a wider chamber. You mate with her in the darkness. The next morning you leave the den to hunt, and you catch 2 mice and a lizard, then bring them back and drop them at the entrance. She comes out and eats while you stand several steps away, watching the dunes around you. Days pass and her belly starts to swell as she spends more time underground. Skip forward and you're 3 years old now. Your mate gave birth to 4 pups several weeks ago and you've been hunting every night to bring her food. Tonight you leave the burrow just after the sun sets and you need to find something quickly because she's waiting. You track a mouse across the open sand with your body staying low to the ground. You're so focused on catching it that you don't see the movement behind the rocks ahead. A caracal explodes from its hiding spot and slams into your side with its full weight, knocking you sideways onto the sand. You twist your body trying to bite back, but its jaws close around your throat and squeeze hard. You kick with your back legs and claw at its face trying to break free. But its grip only tightens, cutting off your air. Your legs start to slow down and your vision goes dark. Then your body stops moving completely. The caracal holds you until it's certain you're dead, then drags you behind the rocks and starts feeding. Your mate stays hidden in the burrow with the pups, listening to the sounds outside. She won't come out until morning, and by then you'll be gone. The pups will grow up without you, and she'll have to hunt alone to keep them alive. Life as a Fennec fox might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.